Hi everyone. I am going to just do a little video today on MOOCs again. Last week I kind of showed you what my MOOC, The Unsolved Mysteries of the Universe, kind of looks like. And I just finished Unit 4, but I don't really have a whole lot to add to that one right now. But I did start AP Biology this past week, so I thought I would kind of take you through this and kind of show you how the two compare. I haven't done anything in this one yet, and I'm not sure I really will do a whole lot, but at least gave me a chance to look into the interface for another MOOC just to kind of see how it compared to the one I'm in, just to find out if the one that I'm in is a fairly standard kind of setup or if there's a lot of variation between the two. So let me just take you through this AP Biology one so we can compare how these two MOOCs are. So on the main page here, you can kind of see it's very much like my other one. It has standard course info like the course schedule here. Nothing too interesting. If I go back up to the top, you can see there's various tabs along the top here that are very similar to my other MOOC. There's just a couple differences. This one has a textbook icon here, for example. So if I click on that, it takes us to a page where they have a digital textbook available for this class. I could click on these options on the left-hand side and it would bring up chapters from this textbook. I'm not going to do it because I did it earlier today and it took quite a while to load up as it's a fairly large document. So take my word for it that if you click on them, you will get chapters from a textbook, which is it's a pretty nice feature to have. Otherwise, it's very similar here. If I go to the courseware, this is where you actually get the info for your class, where you take the class essentially. And you'll see that it's fairly similar setup. On the left-hand side, it has the topics to select. This course is not due at your own pace. There are deadlines for the assignments in this one, which you can kind of see along the side here. So the properties of water and carbon, homework's due October 27th. Same with structures and structure and function of large biomolecules. The other MOOC that I'm in, I can do it at my own pace. There's no deadline for assignments, so that's a nice feature of the other one. This class, on the other hand, you have deadlines to meet, so that's one difference right there. And that's also why it only has week 1 available, whereas my MOOC has all 9 units available. I can do them in any order that I want. This one, though, runs more like a typical class where you need to do the weekly assignments. If I click on properties of water and carbon, you will see that it's very much like the other MOOC that I'm in as well. Across the top, there are a series of videos which you can watch, and this is the lecture material. And then at the bottom, it has some check your understanding questions. These questions don't count for marks, but are simply there just to check to see if you understood what the video is about. So there are several videos per chapter here, as you can see. And then when we get towards the end, it has the assignment. So the assignment is essentially a bunch of multiple choice questions that you then submit, find out how well you understood this section. The second chapter here is exactly the same. And then at the end here, it has a free response question. So all of the questions for those first 2 assignments are multiple choice. The free response question has you actually you have to write a paragraph essentially. It's more like a short answer style question. So you can see the question here, and then it asks a question and you have to fill in your answer right there. So the MOOC that I'm in is pretty much fill in the blank and multiple choice type questions, and it's understandable why it's like that because, you know, if there are thousands of people in a class and professors aren't really able to, you know, read through thousands of responses and actually grade them, multiple choice makes sense for this type of format. And then this one right here allows you to type something in, and they do have some professors that will go through here and grade them, but you can see that they really reduce it to only 1 question per week for this class. I just want to say that is probably one of the downsides of the MOOC format, is that in order to make it feasible, the assessment is essentially multiple choice. And, you know, sometimes multiple choice can be great, but as we know as teachers, you know, it's certainly you wouldn't want to test people on multiple choice every assignment, every exam throughout the whole year. So there isn't a whole lot of diversity in assessment practices in the MOOCs because of the online format and the size of these classes. there was something else I wanted to add. What did I want to say? That? Oh, right. Another thing that I came to realize as a severe limitation of the Mooc format, for example, AP Biology, it's all reading, watching videos, multiple choice questions. There is no hands-on component, right? There's no labs. Labs are a very essential part of science, as it really gives you a chance to, pose a question, design an experiment, collect your data, analyze your results, and find out, did you find what you were expecting? And then, essentially the scientific method. That is not really possible in a format such as this. So that is another limitation of it. One other difference between this Mooc and the other one is at the discussion tab here, if I go on there, because this class, there's a timeline on it, everyone that's taking it is involved in it right now. So the discussion board is much more lively than it is in my other Mooc, because the other ones just take at your own pace. So there's not nearly the amount of people taking it right now as this one, and people are all over the place. So this one, I noticed just going through some of these posts there that there's much more dialogue going on in this Mooc there. So that'd be one positive of Moocs that have set timelines, is that everyone's at the same spot. And if you have questions, you can seek help out from others. And I think that's all I want to go over here right now. Thank you for listening.